Hey, it's Sasha Evdokov, and welcome to BackstageIncome.com, where I share with you some insights behind the scenes on how you can grow your business and also your life. Now, in this week's episode, what I'd like to do is share with you a killer strategy on how to build your customer list by using eBay. Now, many people think about eBay in terms of just a way to sell some of their old stuff or old junk, or sell your products. So for example, if I have a book, such as this one, my Business Launchpad book, I can go ahead and list it because it's a physical book. Now, eBay doesn't allow you to sell digital goods or digital products. It really needs to be a hard, physical, tangible good. So if you have books and products, that's fantastic because now you have a product that you can sell and build and connect with other people who are interested in your books or products. Now, this is a great starting point to build awareness. Unfortunately, not everybody is going to be searching for your specific book or your name, especially if you're the author, or even if you're creating a video or DVD course. They're not going to be searching your name, especially if you're just getting started. If you're just getting started, you need to build that momentum and increase it to bring awareness to your name. So how is it that you do that? How is it that you build awareness to your name and then also acquire a customer? So let's start from the end first. Well, on eBay, if you have your book listed or your item listed and someone actually purchases it, now you get their name, you typically also get their address, and you might even get their phone number. So now you're building your customer list because they're interested in your product or service. Now, inside your book, you may also include additional products and services that you also offer. But really, that's the first stepping stone, is that once you sold an item, you're building your brand exposure to one additional person who may also talk to 2 or 3 or 4 other people and talk about your book, especially if it's excellent or fantastic, or about your product. But really, that's where it starts. And now, as you do more and more transactions, you're building your customer list. Now, you could take a completely different approach. Now, this book is really popular and famous, and it's called Think and Grow Rich. I'm sure you probably heard about it. It's by Napoleon Hill. Now, what you could do if you wanted to build your customer list through eBay by using these books is you could go out and buy, let's say, 1,000 of these books, or just list them really, really cheap and attractive. That way, when other people are buying this book at a really discounted rate, so let's say you offer business consultation services, when they purchase this book, you acquire their name and email address as well as their regular address. And with this book, you may go ahead and ship them a promotion, a flyer. It could be a postcard or something else to contact them sometime in the future when you release your products or services or video course sometime at a later date. So what you could do on eBay is list hundreds or thousands of different books and then go ahead and get exposure and build your customer list that way. So you're selling things. So instead of paying to an advertising company to advertise your own personal website and then get the hits, and then you have to convert those hits into leads, and then from leads to customers, you're taking a completely different approach. You're thinking outside the box. You say, okay, well, let me already get the people that already know about these famous authors and get the customer list that's interested in these authors. So rather than paying, let's say, $5 or $10 to acquire a customer through advertising, you might pay $5 in terms of eBay transaction costs or taking a hit on the book, especially if you're buying books wholesale, because you're going to take a little bit of a financial hit maybe because you won't be able to sell it full price because of that slippage cost. But it still allows you to acquire a lead because you're going to acquire all these leads and customers as you're selling these books and doing these transactions on eBay. Now, if you were to go even beyond that or take things a little bit further, maybe you're not interested in really acquiring a full customer list. Maybe you're just looking for brand recognition or expanding your own personal brand. Now, there's another way to do that. Keep in mind that eBay is a top 10 website on Alexa 500. And because it's a top 500 website, that means a lot of people are searching the website. There's a lot of eyeballs that happen, and they're looking through content. Now, when they're looking through content, they're searching for big names like Napoleon Hill or Think and Grow Rich. So what you could do is create auctions or listings where you're selling this book and also your book together. So maybe if you're not as famous or as popular as Napoleon Hill, what you could do is kind of create brand recognition that when people see Napoleon Hill, they're also associating it with your book, Business Launchpad. And you could do this with hundreds of different books. So now you're combining the auction, getting the Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich, and also getting a bonus book right here. And you could combine it in the price factor. So if, let's say, Think and Grow Rich was $20 and your book is $10, so you could say buy these two books for $25. And even if people don't purchase this book, at least they're getting eyeballs on your book or cover. It may even spark a curiosity for them to click the link and look at the auction. So let me share with you how I do this and how I look at this eBay approach, because eBay does give you, at the moment, up to 50 free listings. And sometimes they have up to 1,000 or 2,000 free listings that you could do. And if you go and take that approach and you're listing thousands of different books and connecting it to your product, giving away a bonus or, making a connection and selling these, or even just listing them to be able to get eyeballs on your products, then it just allows you to get more exposure to your business, to your brand, and to your products, at least in a slow way. So here, if you take a look at my eBay page or my account, you can see that the first number here is really showing you how many views I'm getting on that auction. Now, the views only means that they actually clicked the link and looked inside of the auction. That means I could have had hundreds of more views, people just looking at those covers or the main screenshots when people are doing their search for the books. That means my book or my name or my products are showing up in a lot of those other search results that people are conducting. So basically, I'm getting free eyeballs, free visits, just by listing these auctions on eBay every single month. And I can just continue doing this time and time again because I'm looking at the long-term game. Now, right now, currently, we have these prices listed a little bit higher because we're looking for brand exposure rather than building the customer list. If we're looking to build the customer list, what I may do is lower the price of the auctions and then look to do more transactions. And even though it may cost me $5 or $10 to acquire that customer, at least I would get the name, email address, and the regular shipping address for them, creating a very powerful marketing campaign in the future if I decide to send out postcards or other promotional material to them in the future. Now, for the people that actually look inside my auction, let me show you how I structure that. So when people actually click the auction and look inside, I do give a description of what they're going to get. Now keep in mind, this allows me to brand or promote myself even further or bring exposure to my products and services much more. Now with eBay's policy at the moment, you do have to sell a physical good, but I can explain that physical good. So here with the physical good, what I'm actually doing is I'm explaining the Think and Grow Rich book or any popular book. It doesn't matter what it is. So it's somebody else's book. And then what I'll go ahead and do is actually post a description of my product or services. And then I'll include some promotional videos or other things by the author or myself to give me more exposure and a way for people to connect or potentially go to YouTube and watch more training videos that I have available absolutely free. So if you kind of understand what's happening here is basically as people are searching through eBay, because it's such a massive website, they're running into some search queries that also show my product or service. Now, if people don't know about you and you're a small-time fish and you're just getting started, you need to borrow that credibility. It's one of the same reasons why so many people interview one another on podcasts. It's one of the same reasons. They're trying to borrow credibility. So the way to do that is, if you're looking to do it through eBay, is to go ahead and connect yourself to these higher level authors, higher level products, or additional products that can be searched through in the keywords. And you can do this for all kinds of mediums. It's, again, the same reason why so many podcast people interview other people, because now you're borrowing that credibility. Other people promote your stuff, you promote their stuff. So it works one-on-one, creating a win-win relationship. So start thinking outside the box and how you can actually connect to these big names. And that way it helps bring exposure to you, your products, your brand. It allows you to build your own customer list that's of high value. Thanks for joining me in this video. I hope you found it helpful and insightful. And if you did and you want to see other great videos like this one, then click this link, and when you get there, enter your name and email address, and I'll send you my free goodies, reports, other training videos that might be unlisted, and products and services, as well as discounts to those products and services when they are released. So make sure you get on the newsletter in order to get those kinds of things as they happen. Now, if you want to see some of the other books and trainings that I have available, like Business Launchpad, then just go ahead and click the link and the button right below this video, and you'll be taken to that page where you can see some of the other great trainings, videos, and courses that I have available. Thanks again for joining me, and remember to do what you love, contribute to others, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.